Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, we'll be making these two amazing, beautiful pieces. This is perfect bathroom decor. It's portable, it's beautiful, it's amazing. So anyone can make this. So please stay tuned. I'm going to be making these two different pieces. It's perfect if you're renting in a rental space and you don't want to put everything glued onto the wall. So this is portable, it's beautiful. So you're going to enjoy this. You can make it, keep it, gift it, or even sell it as well. So enjoy this project and also enjoy the video. So stick around until the end, and then I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful two pieces. Thank you. See you on the other side. These toilet paper holders will take your bathroom decor to the next level. So in this build, I'll start off with the one on your left and also proceed to the one on the right. So enjoy this build. Here's a list of the tools and the materials that I'm going to use for this build. This is for the first part. Get pumped up and let's get ready to build. So the first thing that I did for this project was just to take measurements of the middle of the lumber. So basically just the middle where I was going to put my dowel rod, where my toilet paper stand was going to sit. So to make things easier for myself, I just pre-drill the wood cut and then do double opening on the wood lumber before I'm able to use the spade drill bit. So thereafter, I use my spade drill bit to do a round circular opening so that I'm able to put my rod in. And then you'll notice that I've doubled up on the lumber from the top to the bottom. This was very important so that I'm able to cut through the other wood. So I must have an accurate measurement on both the wood cuts. The rod I'm holding is called a dowel rod. So this is basically going to hold your toilet paper. So what I did was just to put measurements. This is a better view so you're able to see what I'm currently doing. So I use my toilet paper as a guide to show me exactly how long I wanted my dowel rod to be, because the rod was going to hold down the toilet paper. So basically I'm just taking measurements on how long I wanted the rod to be. So this can be your own personal choice. So I just measured a bit of a tiny centimeters off on the other side and also on the other side as well, so that it can just overlap to the other side of the rod. So please be cautious of this. Don't make it too short. You can get away with making it too long. So I'm using a hand saw just to cut down the dowel rod. It's very easy. You see that I'm wearing safety glasses on the video. So it's very important because when you're using this these hand tools, they tend to be a lot of flying particles and we don't want to damage our eyes. So please take note of that as well. For this project, I used 4 different offcuts, which comprises of 2 smaller sides and 2 longer sides as well. So I'll put on the description the exact measurements of the wood cuts that I used. So prior to everything, I always reinforce the structure strength with wood glue, and then just put wood glue between the joints before I can put the screws on. So in this case, I also used wood clamps. So basically what wood clamps do, they assist me in just putting everything together so that things must not shift while I'm putting the screws on. My size of the screws is 30 millimeters, and also don't go above anything above 40 millimeters because the screws will be way too long and then they'll show on the other side as well. So basically we're just putting everything together. I've just made sure that I put 3 different screws on each side to enforce the strength of the structure. And then while you're doing this, just make sure that you hold down everything so that things must not shift or move while you're putting the screws on. Over time, I've learned to be efficient with my project. So I'm using wood filler. What wood filler is just, it helps to just cover the screw holes that I've created while I was preparing and also putting the screws on. So it's very efficient, especially if you don't want to see screws on your project. So please do use it and also match the color according to the final project as well. So I just repeated the same process and then just put on the back cover as well. So you'll notice there I was trying to use my clamps and I realized, well, the clamps were very too small for the size, because my clamp size is about 600 millimeter, but the box was way too long. So it's not the end of the world. So I had to work with what I had. So just repeating the same process and just putting on the screws as normal. So what I did here was just to repeat the same process and just to put screws on all the sides of the corners of the box. Once I was done with the box structure of the toilet paper stand, I needed to put the back covering of it. So I just used an old board that I had lying around. So this is just going to put at the back of the toilet paper stand so that the toilet papers must stay in a one position and then must not fall off on the other side. So basically here I'm just putting markings with my box cutter to put markings on where I was going to cut the board. So what I did next was just to use my hand saw and just to cut throughout the markings that I did at the exact size of the back of the stand. So take note of this. You can even use a scissor as well if you don't have a hand saw. Kindly comment down below and let me know if you have ever held a hand saw before or if you have seen one before. Just let me know. Here I'm just using my electric sander just to sand down the final project, just to make sure that the edges are nice and smooth and there's no rough cuts on the surface. So you can use a block of sander on this project as well. It works perfectly fine as well. Once I was done with the sanding part, I just made sure that I dust off any excess dust that was on the stand to prepare for the painting part, because you can't paint on top of dust. It doesn't look nice and pleasing. So just clean off the surface prior to you preparing for painting. So I always make sure that I wear gloves prior to handling paint because I don't want to mess up my hands. So please consider this as well. So the spray paint that I'm using is chocolate in color. So I'm also going to top it up also. I'm going to use a white paint once the chocolate color spray paint is dry. So the reason for this is because I'm trying to get a rustic feel onto this project. You see the final project, how it turns out. So please let me know if you have ever handled a spray paint before. So just let me know if you've touched the spray paint or if you've worked with the spray paint before. Let me know in the comment section. So the next phase that I did was just to work with a normal white linen paint, just to put covering around the full section of the toilet paper stand. So you'll see how everything turns out. So it will make sense right at the end because I want to show you a different way on how you can play around with paint. So here I'm just sanding down the entire top paint. So this is the main part that will give you a rustic feel. So basically here I'm trying to remove as much of the white paint as possible to get a nice rustic feel. So once the paint is done, so what I'm doing here is just to put protective coverage. So this is your top coat. So normally this is a great tip I can give you as well. Always seal your wood projects once you're done so that you can prevent them from damage or anything else. In this phase, I'm going to put the back cover that I cut prior with my hand saw. So basically here I'm just going to use hammer and then nails and also wood glue as well. So you can just put enough wood glue to just enforce the structure and the strength of the back cover. And then also what I did was just to use nails and a hammer. So this is your old man's trick. Hammer is like very essential to have. You need to have a hammer because it's very essential and it's also easy to use. The only trick with the hammer is that just make sure that you put your fingers away from the damage. So you can see here, if you make a mistake with the hammer, you can easily just remove the nail that you've made a mistake with. So when you're working with the hammer, here's a tip: just put your fingers away. You can tell from the excitement of how happy I was of how the project turned out. This project is very beautiful, it's easy to make, and also it's very simple. Anyone can try this project and it will take your decor to the next level and you're going to love it. The colors are beautiful as well. So in this next segment, I'm going to show you a different way on how to make a different bathroom stand as well for your toilet paper or also for your towels as well. So stick around until the end so that you can show you the second part on how to make this project. So the tools and the materials that you're going to need is galvanized pipes and also pipes fittings as well. So this is perfect for this build. So look how beautiful and how simple this DIY project is. It's popping. It's something that we're not used to. So yes, we are working with plumbing pipes. So galvanized pipes is basically your plumbing pipes. So this is beautiful. Hi everyone, so we're back again. So we'll be working with galvanized pipe again. So what I did, I actually pre-cleaned my galvanized pipes prior to this video. So I'm going to have different accessories. I'll put on the description on the different accessories that I'm going to use. So this is the flange, this is the T, and then this is the joining angle. I don't know what the exact word for it, but I'll put the exact name for it. So it's the join, like joins the two pieces together. And then this is just your normal pipes. So what you need to do prior is just to clean your pipes because they normally come with a lot of oil and grime. So you just need to wipe them off before you do anything. So what I did, I soaked mine in what is this? In a thinners. I soaked them overnight so that I can remove any excess oils or anything which is rough on it. So we're going to put everything together. This is going to be a fun project, very nice and fun. What do we need? We need this, like just a simple offcut, so you can get any size you want. So this is the offcut I have. The fitting that I'm holding is just a cap. It is just to close off the top of the pipe. Basically here we're just going to put everything pieced together. So that's the flange and just a normal pipe. So please do follow along and see how I put the pipe fittings together. So let me know down in the comment section if you've ever worked with galvanized pipe or if you've seen a project which deals with galvanized pipes. I have a lot of projects on the channel. Just go ahead and check them out where I made a clothes rack with galvanized pipes. So the fitting that I'm putting on is just the T joining fitting. So basically to just give you extra space where you're able to put two different pipe fittings as well. So after I put the T on, I use another side. This is where your toilet paper is going to sit. So basically you just put everything together and just to roll down until everything is tight and secure. The trick here when you're working with galvanized pipe, you just need to make sure that you securely tighten and then put a lot of strength on it and just to make sure that the pipes are tight and secure. Please remember to share my videos with your friends and your family, and also please give this video a thumbs up. It also helps us a lot. So here's another tip. So when you go purchase galvanized pipes, they're normally measured in inches. So the inch measurement is not the around, it's the inside of the pipe itself. So the pipe size that I'm using is 1/4 inch, which is equivalent to about maybe give or take 13 millimeters here in millimeters. So the next phase that I did was just to pre-drill my wood cut so that I can prepare to mount the galvanized pipe fittings onto the wood. So I used 20 millimeter screws just to mount everything down on the floor. The trick here is just to make sure that the lumber that you're using, because I used an offcut, just make sure that it's long enough to accommodate both the two pipe fittings as well. So for cosmetic purposes, I'm using a spray paint which is matte black. So I made sure that I purchased a spray paint which bonds on both pipes, steels, and also wood as well. So this is perfect and it's easy to apply as well. And then it was very quick to dry. Within about 10 minutes, it was quick to dry for the touching purposes as well. Once this was done, just make sure that you cover enough surface around the pipes and also the wood cut as well. So for extra cosmetic purposes, I've added this turquoise piece, which is a wood cut. So I've just added it on top. You can use this to place your cell phone. You can use it to put smaller towels or even a candle as well in the bathroom, just to enhance your bathroom decor. So this is very innovative. It's beautiful. Just let me know down in the comment section, what are you going to use this piece for your cell phone or for your candle or for your flower pot as well. You know, I always say this in every video that this is my favorite project. I think I need to stop saying that, but this is also top 5 of one of my favorite innovative projects that I ever done. So this is easy and simple to make. I love how this turned out. So here I'm just basically sealing with a top sealer my wood cut and also the pipes as well, just for extra protection and also strength as well for the paint. So look how this project turned out. It's beautiful, it's innovative, it's very cheap to make. You can use this for your toilet paper rolls, you can use this for your towels as well in the bathroom. So take your bathroom decor to the next level with me, and thank you so much. And hi, my name is Ndivhuwo and I love making my home beautiful. Thank you, and until next time, cheers, bye.